Also here, the tech industry continues to grapple with major layoffs. Google executives are defending the job cuts and fielded questions from distressed workers during a town hall meeting. CEO Sundar Pichai conducted the meeting and told workers that executives will see their bonuses cut here. And of course, this is as we've been monitoring the backlash to some of the broader layoffs in the tech space, but for Google and the size, but also the different departments that were affected as part of this layoff. It seems that the pushback internally was really just questioning what the actual strategy was behind the different departments that had actually gotten cut within this. Again, at Alphabet, I mean, this is still a major advertising-driven business that's more than 80%, roughly 80% of their revenue, and they've got some big bets as well. So the Googlers internally really pushing back on how these cuts were made and just questioning the strategy to it as well.
And accountability, I'm starting to see that more and more in these layoff announcements. Where is the accountability among upper-level management? Sundar, he's not losing his gig, and his direct reports, they're not losing their gig as well.
But
I think it would have.
Their bonuses are being cut.
Oh, wow, they'll just get a couple $1 million while these workers are sent packing. The bottom line is executives like this get paid all this money to at least give some kind of guidance, I think, to employees when they've been canned and shipped out the door. And he didn't do his job, full stop. He didn't do his job.
Well, how do you figure he didn't do his job?
I think he could have guided to employees a little bit more. This is a CEO that has been aggressively hiring for the past 2 years. I think he would have maybe seen something like this, a slowdown might have happened, and maybe pulled back on how many people he was hiring.
I mean, but this is happening at so many tech firms.
Maybe cut back on some of these stupid projects they're working on that are not making any money.
But I don't know. I think you're jumping to a conclusion here, Saz. I mean, look at all the other tech firms that are also cutting workers. The way they explained it is that they have, and maybe this is part of the issue, they have 30,000 people in upper management. And so they said, well, we couldn't sort of give those people a heads up. It's just too many people to give it a heads up without the news getting out. I mean, listen, we've all been in this business.
I'm not mad at you. I'm just having a discussion. You're my best friend, so it's okay.
Don't worry.
No, okay. I just want to make sure I make that clear. I want to make it clear to the audience. I'm not, we're just having a discussion here. Okay.
I'm mad at you, Saz.
Okay, all right, thank you.
And I'm mad at Brad, too. And I'm mad at anybody else. No. Anyway, that was how they explained it, right? We have all been in our working lives long enough to know that these things are, frequently not managed as you would idealize that they should be managed. But there's not really an ideal way to manage layoffs. Now, should he have managed it better in the first place and not hire so many people? I mean, hindsight 2020. I don't know.
Right. And it was a much different environment and perhaps that is where some of the scrutiny can come into play. If you're just continuing to believe at the executive level that you're always going to have this tailwind or wind in your sails that is going to power the business, have a constant kind of demand environment that is favorable to the type of growth that they were forecasting for, hiring for as well, then that's foolish. It's naive as a leader of a business because there's always going to be that cycle where you're going to have the downturn on the other side perhaps. But I think what they could have sensed was that, if you have a portfolio or a client base that has already done a ton of spending into some of the applications and the infrastructure that they need, then why would they continue to spend
Guy's on the mark.
at the same level?
He's on the mark here today. He's on the mark. Nailed.
Just saying.
Nailed.
So you're not mad at him then?
No, never. Just you.
All right.